Hello everybody. For those that don't know me, my name is Bill and welcome to my holiday special for 2021. I got quite a bit of fantastic gifts from my friends out there. And also, before I start, I just want to say I got the best gift of all this year, which was my health back. I've had struggled with some problems, allergies to foods and things, and had to go through a surgery about maybe almost 2 months ago now. But either way, I've made quite a bit of improvements, and it's just nice to be able to be healthy and feel great. So definitely health of your friends, family, or yourself is the best reward of all. Without health, you can't do anything else. So definitely a blessing. And now let's get on with the holiday special, because I got plenty of things to show. Let's start off with King's Quest. This is on the Sega Master System. You got this from my friend Cliff. Fantastic game. It's actually pretty expensive even for a loose cart. So definitely, I can't wait to check it out. I've known about all these years and I've kind of dabbled a little bit, but really haven't played it. So I'll have to sit down and play it and really check it out. So this is King's Quest. I'm gonna move through these a little faster. Now this next one is a Famicom game on Nintendo Famicom, and this is Dirty Pair. So if anyone's seen the anime, they'll know what it is. It's pretty cool. I believe this one's a side-scrolling action platformer game. So this is Dirty Pair. I need to play this. Let's see what we can do next. Okay, well, let's get one of the big ones out. I got myself finally PlayStation 3. And I believe this is the Ultra Slim, they call it, of the PlayStation 3. My friend hooked me up with it, and a big thanks to him. Wow. It's pretty cool getting a PlayStation 3. And I was really surprised to get that. Not only that, but I got some games for it from him and from other people. And this one of the gifts just came in today, and that is the Kingdom Hearts games for the PlayStation 3. I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game, and I've always heard great things about it. So I'll finally sit down and start playing them. But these are the two Kingdom Hearts games for the PlayStation 3. Let's see what else here. Got the Uncharted games. So 1, 2, and 3. Uncharted there. Interesting, it's in a cardboard sleeve. But there's the Uncharted series. So I can't wait to check that out, because I know that it's a fantastic series. Just never had a chance to play it. All three of the Ninja Gaiden games. Ninja Gaiden, I should say. Gaiden. So the Ninja Gaiden games here. And I heard that they're okay. Not great, but not bad. So I'm gonna check those out. All three of the Batman games that came out, Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, and Arkham Origins, I believe, of the Batman trilogy for the PlayStation 3. So now I have a pretty big collection of PlayStation 3 games. And what else? The God of War series, so the originals that came on the PlayStation 3. I don't know if they're remastered or not, or if they're just ported over. And God of War 3. So that's pretty cool. Definitely going to be checking those out. Mortal Kombat. I believe is this Mortal Kombat or Mortal Kombat 11? Well, Mortal Kombat on the PlayStation 3 either way. So it looks cool. I'm gonna have to start putting them on the ground again. Twisted Metal, which is cool. I always liked the Twisted Metal back in the day. Dragon's Dogma. So that looks cool. Ico and Shadow of the Colossus collection together. I believe it's remastered too, so that's going to be cool. I know I've heard about Eco or Ico, and Shadow of the Colossus I did play a little bit of, so that's going to be cool. The Last of Us. So that is pretty cool. All these games I haven't messed with yet, so because I haven't had any PlayStation systems. Of all my collections of all the game systems I have, I don't have any PlayStation systems, well, except for the PlayStation 1, I do. But PS2, 3, 4, I don't. Uncharted again, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So I do have, looks like the greatest hits collections are red, and an Uncharted 3 there. So I do have instead of a cardboard sleeve one, I do have a hard plastic one also of the Uncharted series. Oh, another Ninja Gaiden 3, so I have 2 copies of that. And, wow, a lot of PS3 things were coming this year. Heavy Rain. So you can leave me in the comments which game you thinks are the best that I got, which ones I should play first. Infamous. All these games look really cool. Resistance 3, Resistance 2, and the first Resistance, Fall of Man. So that is cool. So I got quite a bit of games to play on the PlayStation 3. So from having nothing to having a collection all of a sudden is pretty cool. So that is really cool. You just throw them down on the ground here. I can separate them later. Let's see now what to show off. Let me have some more eggnog first. This is actually a almond eggnog because of allergies and things to foods, but it tastes pretty good. So, okay, my buddy gave me a sound wave. Check that out. And I believe it has a laser beak inside. So that is really cool. Soundwave is one of my favorite Transformers in the collections of either Decepticons or Autobots. Just like one of my favorite in general of the Transformers. So that is very cool. Glad to have that. I have to put that in the collection shelf up there. Soundwave, a mini Soundwave. So let's see here. We got Jazz, Autobot Jazz from the Transformers 86 series. So my buddy hooked me up again. Hooked me up too much, but it's awesome. Definitely, I love it. So that is Jazz from the 86 Transformers series. I'm gonna have to find a place to put these on the shelf. Let's see what else. I got a lot of stuff still. Let's go with these because they're Transformer themed. See if I can do it without dropping them. Okay, we got 2 more Transformers here, mini ones. We got Optimus Prime from the War of Cybertron series. So a little Optimus Prime there, and a little Starscream. So that's pretty cool. Both of those are really cool characters also. And now, let's see here. Trying to do about knocking everything over. We got 3 classic characters that he fixed up and did a little touch up on paints and things. The original Battle Armor He-Man, which is very cool. That'll go with my Masters of the Universe collection up there. And fixed his chest plate and put some new bands in, so his legs are perfect. Battle Damage Skeletor, the original. So they look good in the collection there. And did the same thing, touched them all up. And one I always liked in the classic series is the Trapjaw with his cool gun hand. So that is cool. So all three of those are definitely welcome. I love those. So he hooked me up again with that. Now the next one is for DVD game, or not games, but actually a movie. Is Superpower Team. This was the old cartoon back in the day from the sequel to the Super Friends. So this is very cool. I can't wait to look at those because I'm OG, getting older. So these are older shows. And two more in my collection, the Pac-Man series, which is really cool. The Pac-Man cartoon from the 80s. So season 1 and season 2 of the Hanna-Barbera, I believe it is, yeah, of the Pac-Man. So fantastic. Pac chomping time to watch that. Can't wait to watch that. Really like it. Oh, I actually didn't bring two down. I'll get those in a second because there are two presents I put out of the way. And I'll have to get them before I show off the big ones. So I will put those off to the side to grab them in a second so I don't knock a bunch of stuff over. And now we got this Ring Fit Adventure. This is awesome. I can't wait to do some workouts again. Now that I'm getting healthier, health's getting back, I'm definitely looking forward to do some Ring Fit Adventure. Because I always hear fantastic things about this, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Doing some Ring Fit Adventure workouts. Before I do the next two things, let me get them down. So, from the 86 Transformers series, he also got me Gnaw. So that is really cool. And also, look at this fantastic Grimlock. Now, Grimlock was another one of my favorites. So this is from the movie 86 series. So there is Grimlock, which looks fantastic. So definitely can't wait to put those on this shelf, and those are going to be awesome. It just looks cool, and it comes with Wheelie, I believe his name is, in there from the movie, so that is awesome. And since we're doing that, we will do this also, because this came out and he gave it to me. And look at this Slug from the Dinobots also, the Triceratops. So as you can see, it looks really cool. And that will definitely be up on this shelf somewhere. Now the next challenge is to find space for all these. So I'll figure that out. But those look awesome. And I think that's really about it. Just one last thing to show. And this last thing I've wanted for a long time. Well, not really like super long, but a couple of years, I guess, or when I found out about it. And I have the mini version of it. It just, I couldn't get the full size. And seen a lot of big YouTubers like the Immortal John Hancock and a few others out there. Metal Jesus, they've all got these, and I couldn't get a hold of one for a long time. It seemed like I kept getting outbidded, or the people were just wanting way too much for them. And that is this bad boy, which is the Commodore 64 full-sized keyboard. I had the mini version of this, and it was okay. It just, you couldn't play half the games on it. But this is the full-size Commodore 64 computer there. So you can play all your classic games on it. And I believe you can play VIC-20 games also. And that's the story about this is, back in the day, my first computer was a VIC-20, which is the computer that came out before this. And the VIC-20 was a fantastic computer. I really loved it. And then the Commodore 64 came out, and it came out probably about a year after I got my computer. So since I was a little kid, I was probably about 8 or 9, that was my computer, which was a VIC-20. So I'd go to a friend's house and he had a Commodore 64 and we played a lot over at his house. And this is the first computer that I used the pre-internet on in the 80s. We downloaded a game. We downloaded Mail Order Monsters. His father worked for IBM in Los Angeles, and they had the internet, pre-internet. And so it took us probably about 20 to 30 minutes to download a game that was probably like 30, 40 kilobytes over the phone, so through the big modem. So anyways, that was my experience to the pre-internet on the Commodore 64. And ever since then, you know, it's one of those things I've always wanted over the years. I wanted a Commodore 64, and it just never came to fruition. And finally, after all these years, I got a full-sized Commodore 64 to, you know, to mess around with. So I'm definitely excited to be messing with the Commodore 64 and having fun with that. Oh, actually I got some other things here. I forgot I put some things underneath. So, as I don't, see, it's hard to believe that I've showed off so much stuff that I have more stuff to show. But I do. Okay. We got the Revelations He-Man from the Netflix series, which I like the figure, I just don't like his face sculpt. But besides that, everything else is pretty good. So maybe I'll get used to it, but it's cool. It'll go on the shelf there with the Masters of the Universe stuff that I have up there. I have quite a few of those. I'll have to show it off one day. And I also got the Revelations Skelegod, which Mark Hamill did a fantastic job with Skeletor. It was probably the most evil version of Skeletor we've seen on the big screen on TV, and quite evil and quite good. Probably the best standing ovation, I would say. It was so good. So Skelegod, and he looks really cool, all powered up. So that is really awesome. That's basically where he gets the power of the Castle Grayskull to give him his powers. And just 3 more things, I think, and then we're done. I got this because I'm getting a Atari my buddy's working on. He's working on it, updating, modding it to have better resolution and stuff like that. So I got a controller for it, and that's the Atari 2600. And this is the Retron 77 version of the controller, but supposedly it works with the all the old, you know, Atari 2600 and all the other stuff. So I'm going to use it, and it has a little bit of rounded corners, so it's not digging in your hand. I like the look of it too. I like that brown and the classic colors of the stripes and stuff, how they did it. I really like the style of it. So speaking of that, I also got a Retron 77 Ranger controller, just because it has the paddles for the paddle games built into it. So you can play like Circus and a couple other games that use the paddle and play them. You can use joysticks and stuff too, but they just don't work as good as the old traditional paddles. They're more accurate, so I needed that for the paddle games. And the last but not least, and I think this really is the end, is I got an 8BitDo NES controller. I believe this is the 2.4 gigahertz one. I got this so when we finish modding my Famicom, Nintendo Famicom, I can use a wireless controller on player 1 and use this controller. We haven't done it yet. We're still gonna have to do that eventually. I have to finish my Xbox first and my Sega Nomad and Atari. So we got projects in the line for 2022 or whenever they get finished. Hoping 2022. So this will be cool to play on the Famicom, so I can sit across the room and just use a wireless controller instead of having the issues I'm having now. Right now I have it where you can use the external controller off of the side port, but it doesn't work with all games. So it's definitely gonna have to be, we're gonna have to fix the player 1 and extend it off of that, and so I can play all games on the Famicom with a wireless controller, which would be nice. Anyways, that is it for this quick holiday special. I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful time through the holidays with friends and family. And like I said, it's the most important thing is just spending time with your friends and family, having a good time if you can, enjoying each other's company, each other's health, and just making each and every moment with them a special one. And that is, to me, the most important things. Like me, I just love seeing my kids, you know, my kids really happy and having a good time, and that is the most important thing for me. And really blessed for all the gifts I've gotten, a lot of great things. So without further ado, I wish each and every one of you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Christmas Chao Bono Seo, which is in Hangul, Korean, and have a great one. Take care, everybody. Happy holidays.